The cemetery was quieter than Daniel remembered. Maybe it always had been. Maybe grief just muffled the world differently. The final clump of dirt struck the coffin with a hollow thud that echoed longer than it should have. Daniel stood at the edge of the grave, hands buried in the pockets of a coat that wasn't warm enough, watching as the workers finished their task. Clara was gone. His sister. His only sibling. The one person who had always known how to read him without asking questions. "You all right?" a voice asked gently. Daniel nodded, though he hadn't decided if it was true. Yeah. It wasn't a lie so much as an incomplete sentence. Clara's house still smelled like her. Lavender, old books, something faintly sweet he could never quite place. Daniel stepped inside slowly, as if expecting her to call out from the kitchen or the living room, teasing him for being late again. But the silence held. Heavy. Permanent. He had volunteered to go through her things. No one else had wanted to. "No rush," the lawyer had said, but Daniel knew better. Some doors didn't get easier to open with time. The attic was cluttered but not chaotic. Clara had always been deliberate, even in what she chose to keep. Boxes labeled neatly. Old furniture draped in sheets. Memories preserved. Daniel moved slowly, opening a few boxes, photo albums, letters, childhood drawings. Then he saw it. In the far corner, a box. Charred, not destroyed but marked, edges blackened, surface warped slightly as if it had survived something it shouldn't have. Daniel frowned. That's strange. He crouched beside it, hesitated, then opened it. Inside were photographs, old ones. Some he recognized, family gatherings, birthdays, holidays. Others he didn't. Clara younger than he had ever seen her. A teenager, maybe, holding a baby. Daniel blinked. He picked up the photo. Clara looked different. Not just younger, protective, fearful. And the baby... He turned the picture over. No date. No caption. Just a faint crease where it had been folded too many times. "Who is this?" he whispered. His fingers brushed something beneath the photos. Documents. Official. Folded carefully. He pulled them out and read. Daniel's eyes scanned the page once, then again, and again. Adoption record. His name. His birth date. His birth mother. Clara. "No," he said aloud, the word sharp and immediate. "No, that's not..." His breath caught. His hands began to shake. He flipped to the next page. Signatures. Dates. His parents' names. No, not parents. Guardians. Grandparents. Daniel staggered back slightly, lowering himself onto an old trunk. The attic tilted. Or maybe it was him. "This doesn't make sense," he whispered. Clara was his sister. She had always been his sister. The one who helped him with homework, who snuck him candy when their parents said no, who stayed up with him when he was sick, who... His mother. Daniel pressed his hands to his face. This can't be real. But the paper didn't change. It didn't soften. It didn't offer explanation. It just sat there, telling the truth. Daniel drove to his parents' house that night. No call, no warning. He needed answers before the silence swallowed him whole. His father opened the door. "Danny? What are you doing?" Daniel held up the papers. Everything changed. The color drained from his father's face. "Where did you get those?" he asked quietly. "From Clara's attic," Daniel said. "You want to tell me why my sister's name is listed as my mother?" His mother appeared behind his father. She saw the papers, and she began to cry. They sat at the kitchen table, the same table where Daniel had eaten countless meals. where birthdays were celebrated, where life had felt normal. Until now. She was 16, his mother said softly. Daniel's gaze shifted. Clara? His father nodded. She was scared. We all were. His mother reached for Daniel's hand. He didn't pull away, but he didn't hold on either. In those days, it wasn't easy, she continued. A girl her age, pregnant? The judgment, the whispers. So you just, what, pretended it didn't happen? Daniel's voice rose. We protected her, his father said firmly, and we protected you. Daniel laughed bitterly. By lying to me my entire life? By giving you a life without stigma, his mother said, tears streaming down her face. By giving you a childhood that wasn't defined by other people's cruelty. Daniel returned to Clara's house, to the attic, to the box. He sat there for hours, looking at the photos, Clara holding him, not as a sister, but as a mother. He noticed things now, the way she always hovered close, the way she watched over him, not casually, but carefully. The way she never corrected him when he called her Clara, even when something deeper lingered in her eyes. You should have told me, he said into the empty space. But the attic didn't answer. At the bottom of the box, beneath everything else, Daniel found one last item. A letter, unopened, addressed to him, in Clara's handwriting. His hands trembled as he opened it. Daniel, if you're reading this, then I'm gone, and the truth has finally found you. I wanted to tell you so many times, more than I can count, but every time I tried, I saw the life you had, the happiness, the normalcy, and I couldn't risk taking that from you. You were never a secret to me. You were my miracle. I watched you grow, not as a sister watching a brother, but as a mother who had been given a second chance to do things right. I know this hurts. I know it feels like everything you knew has shifted. But please understand, every decision was made out of love. Imperfect, complicated, human love. You were never unwanted, never abandoned, only protected. And I have loved you every day of your life in a way I never had the courage to say out loud. Forgive me, if you can. Clara Daniel read the letter more times than he could count. Each time, something shifted. The anger softened, the confusion settled, and in its place, understanding. Not perfect, not immediate, but real. He thought about the time Clara stayed up all night helping him finish a school project, the way she cried at his graduation, the quiet pride in her eyes at every milestone. It had always been there. He just hadn't known what he was seeing. Daniel returned to the cemetery. The fresh dirt had settled. The world had moved on. But he hadn't. Not yet. He stood at Clara's grave, hands in his pockets once more. But this time, something was different. Hi, he said softly. The wind stirred gently. I don't know how to do this, he admitted. I don't know how to call you. What you were. He swallowed. But I know you loved me. A long pause, then, Mom. The word felt strange, heavy, but right. I forgive you, he said. And thank you. Daniel didn't change his name. He didn't rewrite his past. He didn't erase the life he had been given, because it had been real. It had been good. But he carried the truth with him now, not as a burden, but as a deeper understanding of love. Messy, complicated, and sometimes hidden, but no less powerful for it. Because in the end, Daniel realized something that reshaped everything he thought he knew. Family wasn't just about the names you were given. It was about the love that never stopped, even when it had to remain unspoken. If you enjoyed this short story, please subscribe to our channel.